Class, welcome to Lesson 4. This week you will have Project 1 due, so if you have not started on that, please start right away. We will start on Project 2 this week, and our two topics will be choosing a site builder and choosing a host. So we're transitioning now from planning your business to designing the website and laying a foundation to launch your site online. One thing I want you to remember as we talk about these two subjects, choosing a site builder and choosing a host. Historically, these two products have been separate. You would purchase or decide on a type of site builder, how you would build the site, and then you would go out and purchase hosting, which is the space online to house your website content. And in the past, like I said, those were two separate products. Many times they are one product now, and I'll point that out as we go along. So let's start with your prepare assignment for choosing a site builder. Site builders are broken mainly into three categories. Number one, a drag and drop builder. So that's Weebly or Wix.com is one of the more popular drag and drop site builders. There are many. You don't have to choose just from these, but in essence, those types of site builders are just what they imply. You'll have a template you can choose from, and then you can drag different elements onto the screen or delete others. It's designed for those who have never built a website before, making it very, very easy to design and launch a site. So that's one option you can choose from. Many times drag and drop builders come with hosting. So Wix.com is a good example. You cannot use outside hosting with Wix.com. So if you purchase outside hosting in addition to Wix, excuse me, then the hosting that you purchase, the hosting space you purchase will go to waste because Wix does not allow anything except for Wix hosting, and you will purchase both of them together when you purchase the site builder. The next type is a content management system. This is going to give you a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more dynamic. Templates are available, and you've got a few more options to do some fun things with the site. However, it does require a bit of coding knowledge. It's a bridge between a drag and drop builder and a full-on hard-coded website. So consider whether this is an option for you. I think Squarespace is an up-and-coming option in this area. WordPress is the established content management system. Personally, I do not recommend WordPress. It is a fairly common option. I've had a lot of students use it, and almost inevitably they have a bad experience. The integration with Google Analytics, with Google Ads, a number of different hurdles to get through with WordPress. It's just been a difficult platform for students. I've used it. I've built professional websites on WordPress. It is a very powerful platform. It can provide some advantages, but for purposes of the course and getting onto it, designing a site for the first time, WordPress is very, very challenging. If you have experience with it, you swear by it, then that's fine. I'm not telling you you can't use it, but I am telling you I don't recommend WordPress. The last type is a hard-coded website. So you build this from the ground up. Dreamweaver is a very common platform. You can use any other platform. I only recommend that if you have advanced coding knowledge and have built a website before. Launching an online business is enough work. If you want to code a website on top of that, it's even more. You are certainly welcome to. I have also had experience doing this, and I worked mainly in Dreamweaver when I built websites, but I'm familiar with how much work that is. So it's certainly an option, but again, please make sure you are very, very experienced in this arena if that's the option you choose. So for this assignment, you will write a brief essay on which platform you decided on, and make sure to include a quantify and compare spreadsheet using 3 criteria and 3 options that you assessed. That will be your assignment for choosing a site builder. You will have a discussion board on that as well. Project 1 is due here. We'll jump into the prepare section for choosing a host, which I believe you'll find to be fairly similar to the choosing a site builder. You'll assess hosting options. If you are choosing a site builder that also has hosting options, you can assess them as one of your options. But I invite you to also explore some other options out there. GoDaddy, Bluehost, and others are fairly common independent hosting companies. And what's interesting is that hosting companies will often offer now a site builder. And so traditionally, hosting specific companies have been forced to adapt and provide site builders, or some will pair with Weebly to give you a site building option. So consider that as you look through hosting companies. But you will do a quantify and compare spreadsheet with 3 alternatives, 3 criteria, and then a Word document with the following questions answered. But that assignment will really run closely to the choosing a site builder assignment as well. Then you'll have a weekly reflection here, and I am going to jump into Project 2 requirements. Project 2 is time consuming, though I think a little more simple than Project 1. There are 5 tasks to complete in Project 2, and then I'll really be assessing you on 3 points. So let's get through the tasks briefly, most of which you're going to do as part of your assignment this week, as well as next week. Sorry, there are elements next week that will help you in Project 2. But 1, you want to attain a host and choose a site builder. You will be expending funds for that. So remember, there's no book for the course, in anticipation that you will have funds available to purchase hosting and a site builder, and then later on we'll purchase Google Ads for our ad campaign. Then you'll choose a domain name. You'll want to choose a domain name it says here, memorable and strengthens your brand. There are domain name finders. If you Google a domain name finder, it can give you options. You'll put in there what elements you're thinking of, and then it'll give you options for available domain names. It is getting more and more challenging to find an available domain name. Most have been either purchased and used or purchased by domain name investors, and you have the simple domain names, I'll say. So you want to think of something creative and memorable that is outside of what's already been purchased by a domain name. And then task 4, you will create the website. So that's your site builder, drag and drop, or content management system, however you do it, hard-coded website. You'll need to create the business. You don't need to have everything on there, as I'll show you below. It's really about having the basic structure. You don't need all of your products on there or every element and a polished, perfect website. You just need the structure, and I'll go into that in more detail below. And then task 5, you will need to enable transactions. This is a key part of the course. You need some sort of third-party transaction functionality, and it's one of the following: integrate PayPal or some other credit card function on your website, become an affiliate with another company, so you have affiliate links on your site, or integrate Google AdSense, so there's pay-for-click advertising on your site. It's got to be one of those 3. What this does is establish you as a revenue-generating company. Whether or not you generate that revenue, we want to see that you have that functionality built into your website from the beginning. Then I will go over down below The assessment, as I mentioned above, I'm really looking at three things on this project. One, do you have your own independent domain name? That means it can't say .weebly.com or .wixsite.com. It is the domain name you chose. Two, it has most of the necessary pages, navigational links, and some attempted design. That's the structure we're looking for. As I mentioned above, you don't need to create a polished website for this. I just want to see that you've got a structure built for your site. That's more than one page, more than one section, general navigational links. It doesn't have to be polished and perfect, but you've got to have a good structure there. And then integration with a third party to enable transaction. Again, that's task 5. We will be learning how to do that in the coming lessons. And so if you're planning on installing PayPal or something on your site and you haven't done it, and you're reading this thinking, I have no idea how to do that, that's okay. We are going to go through that for an assignment. For everybody, whether or not you'll use PayPal on your site, this assignment will go through and show you how to integrate PayPal. It's a useful tool to have in your tool belt, whether or not you'll use it for your site specifically. So those are the 3 points. If you get 2 out of the 3, you'll have 44 out of 50. If you get 1 out of the 3, you'll get 39 points. So those are the 3 elements I'll be looking for. Please let me know if you've got questions about Project 2, if something's not making sense to you or if you feel like you need some help. Again, Project 1 and Project 2 are more time intensive than the other 3 projects. But at the end of the day, those 2 projects are where you'll make the most progress. The idea is that by the end of Project 1 and 2, you have a website launched and it is functioning. And so we move very quickly. Recalling the Ready, Fire, Aim video, we move fast and then we tailor the website based on the feedback we get. So that is Project 4, site building and hosting. Let me know if there's something in here that you're struggling with that I can help you prep for your assignments. Thanks, everyone.